Hi, I'm Jamie McClure. Welcome to Howthwarts Homeschooling. So we are a support service to help parents homeschool, make it more accessible so more people can do it, and make it more successful so you get better results for the kids and for the family. So we've just recently started, and we're based in Howth, Ireland, where I live. Um, and basically, the concept is you have, the benefits of homeschooling are really understated. People don't realize how good it is and it can be. And the negatives are really overstated. People think, oh, and so we're going to get into that. Meanwhile, mainstream education, the benefits are overstated and the problems are understated. So basically, in light of this, I have felt called to try to help homeschooling. And so that's what we're doing. And so at the moment, it's just me. And so I am the tutor, and we can do it's one-on-one classes, although the group classes are on the way. I'm speaking in October 2024, and we have a group of kids now, and so this will be starting up. But mostly one-on-one for now, and so it can be structured, semi-structured, or spontaneous. So structured, like you say, okay, Jamie, I want you to help me with like, I really want to do homeschooling, but I'm terrible at maths. Okay, I'll do the maths, no problem. Or I've been doing homeschooling, but maths and English. I feel like maybe I have to go back to the mainstream system. I'm not doing a good enough job for my kids. I'll step in and help you there. And so it could be a specific subject, or it could be a list of subjects. And then, with the me and the your child, we go, okay, today what are we going to do? And we just, cycle through them, make sure we get through them sooner or later, and or completely spontaneous. So it's just friendly, respectful, healthy adult influence who happens to be well versed in all these kind of disciplines and subjects, as I am, and spontaneously learning can pop up and happen. So you can have the degree from more structured to more free there. So basically, I am obsessed with education and I just love learning. My favorite thing basically is to learn. And it's a real shame that the schooling system robs kids in general, or at least a lot of the time, of the love of learning. And so, and it also, it takes, I feel like with homeschooling, you can, in a fraction of the time, so the kids have a lot more free time, you can give them better results than the mainstream system because you focus on the essentials and you teach it in a way where it's respectful to the child and respects their freedom. And so it's kind of the mainstream system seems that you're getting the worst of everything. It takes a ton of time. It makes them unhappy, stressed, and you don't even, it's not even like you're getting good results for that. In many cases, literacy rates and numeracy are dropping. And so Howthwarts, as you can see, the curriculum's on this website. The training the hand, the heart, and the head. So you got the kind of physical, social, emotional, and mental mastery. And so, yeah, I'm still a student. I'm learning every day, but I'm at a level where I feel very confident, and I just love teaching. And so I've been teaching English as a second language for 10 years, and I've taught French. I've taught music. And half the time my classes turn into history lessons or politics or whatever. So I'm very excited to be teaching these children now, and you might decide to avail of Howthwarts services just for a little while. And because in many cases, I think you will see how I teach with the benefit of my experience and my knowledge, you'll see, and the materials I will bring, and you will realize like, oh, I could do this. And so you might even only be, formally using Howthwarts for a month, 2 months, and then you might go, oh yeah, okay, yeah, I like these ways you're doing that. Yeah, I can apply that myself. And so, which is beautiful. That's great. Then, you can save some money, and you're still, getting the education your kids deserve. And so that's it. I think for the individual and for the collective, as the mainstream education system gets more and more insane, Um, it is a great thing for us to consider homeschooling. And especially in Ireland, it's constitutionally protected. So all you need to do, provide a bare minimum education. So basically literacy, like reading and writing, numeracy, so you can do basic maths, and some sort of basic moral education, like, right and wrong. But that's going to come up anyway, naturally. Um, and so really, it's very low bar. And the truth is, the mainstream system, it's not just that they're not really teaching the things we want very well. They don't, but it's also they are teaching things you don't want. They're putting ideas in the kid's head, which, in many cases I would consider very inappropriate, and unwise. And so, uh, you know, not to be too disparaging, but it's the facts that, I think a lot of people are aware of this now. And so I am very hopeful that I can do some small part, at least, to help the movement towards more homeschooling. Now, so just a few details to mention to round off this video. Uh, the social component, how are they socialized? Well, you're not in school, so you're going to be out, the kids will be out meeting people all over the place. So, but there are studies, you could go to Home Education Network.ie. So HEN, this is the Home Education Network, is in Ireland, um, the organization devoted to homeschooling, and non-profit organization. And they mention on one of their pages that studies have been conducted which show homeschoolers have at least as good social skills, probably better social skills than kids from mainstream education, which makes sense because they're, a high school or something, secondary school. It's a bit of an, or, even like primary school, it's a bit of an artificial environment. 95% of the population are kids. Is that going to be a normal social structure? There's a bit of Lord of the Flies in there, in general, get along fine, but there's a lot of, weird things, being influenced by your peers too much. Homeschoolers, they're in normal society. There's a normal proportion of different age groups and the influences and mindsets of these people. And so you're engaging with them. And so it makes sense that actually the evidence shows social skills by, you go to sports clubs, you know your neighbors, you see your friends, your family, your friends who are in mainstream school, you can still go hang out with them. You can go engage in extracurricular activities where you'll meet them anyway, or be out on the playground and meet them. Um, so with a minimum of effort from the parents, social skills, no problem. Um, and so that's it. And I would say if you're not in if you're in the Howth area in Dublin, you can come out to Howth and we can have classes together. We charge by the hour. At moment, that's the current model. We're looking at other models, but for now, like maybe a monthly model in future. For now, October 2024, that's where we're at. But if you're further afield, we can do it over the internet. In general, I prefer to be in person, and I think the internet's amazing, but it's a bit out of bounds, and especially with the kids in general, a lot of kids seem to be too deeply connected to screens. So, however, there is a place for this, and if you're over in Galway or something and you're just dying for some help with homeschooling, or you'd love to start, but you just feel, "Oh, I couldn't do that to my kid because, my whatever subject is not good enough." No problem. Well, give me a call, give me an email, hello@howthwarts.com, or you can call me 089-979-3148, Jamie McGlue, and we can talk about some online assistance where we can do classes, and we can really, it doesn't take much time to get maths and English skills up to scratch. Um, in the mainstream system, you have what, 20 kids, one teacher. The teacher may be stressed following some curriculum and bureaucracy, and it's not their system. But when you're one-on-one with someone, you're really able to be much more efficient. So, and on top of this, I will, you will have access to resources. I'm developing more and more resources, which I'm sharing with the Howthwarts students. And a lot of them are things where, yeah, you can do them on your own. Or so maybe the child does it with me the first time, but then they can just keep doing that on their own after that, and you, the parent, can do it with them. So yeah, I think it's very exciting that actually, lo and behold, learning doesn't need to be so complicated. And we were learning for a very long time, up until 100 years ago or so, when the schooling system was kind of brought in, the state schooling, a bit longer but ago. And yeah, learning is completely natural. And actually, I believe the future in many ways, in many domains, is decentralization. Paradoxically, to come together in the world in a very powerful way, we have to be able to go within and decentralize. So this is true with, friends. You need to be yourself in order to be really contributing to this friend circle. You need to be able to spend enough time with yourself. Economically, capitalism, when it's all this crony capitalism where the government is and their buddies are running everything, doesn't work so well compared to just free competition and small businesses solving people's problems, and whoever solves the problem the best starts growing more. Um, and it works throughout nature, works in the body. The body, the cells are not asking the brain what to do. The brain's monitoring some stuff, but mostly it's all decentralized. And the way a forest works, in ecosystems. And it's the same with education. We can have education at home and go out and do, um, go on field trips with the family, whatever. The parent, you can be reading, working on something, and you just check in on your child. Okay, how are you going there? Okay, good. You do this. They could be studying 3 hours a day, and 1 hour of that really you're properly focused on them exclusively. The other 2 hours you're kind of going back and forth checking, and that you could have a real amazing lifestyle with better educational outcomes. So that's the offer, that's the promise. And yeah, so let me know, get in touch if you have questions. Garamila Mahagwith. And with the curriculum we have, we do not need to do all of that. And we can do additional things if you have requests. And in future, I'm likely to be getting some other people involved as tutors. But for now, it's me. So it's pleasure to meet you. Reach out if you're interested. So, slán agus gach beannacht. Every blessing.